Welcome back to the Connect Show, Twin Cities. And what a show we have for you today. Our next guest is an award-winning entrepreneur. She's an author, a speaker, also a strategist, and a financial healer. So welcome to the show, Dr. Wendy Labat. Welcome, Wendy.
Hi, how are you, ladies? You all are beautiful. I'm enjoying the show. Thank you for having me.
So, Miss Wendy, you hold many titles and have accomplished so much in your career. So, I'd love to know what inspired you to branch off and try new things.
Well, I'm a seasoned entrepreneur, so I've learned the hard way that I'm obedient to the spirit. Whatever the spirit leads me to do, that's what I do. I learned, the hard way. So now that's my way of doing things. Listen to the spirit and be obedient.
So good. So where did the name financial healer come from?
Well, it came from a branding expert I was working with. I told him my story, and he said, "Okay, what about financial healing?" At first, I was like, I don't know if I like that. But then I started putting it out there, and I got some positive feedback. So I became the financial healer, and it's really in line with my brand and my story. So it's worked out pretty good.
I love that. I love that name. And since we're talking about finances and just the mindset around money, what are some ways that we can elevate kind of our financial mindset when we're thinking about how we manage our money?
Well, the Bible says, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And it also says that my people perish for lack of knowledge. So, what I teach my clients is, for one, you have to change the way you look at things, because if you do, the things you look at change. So many people want something and then they say, well, I can't afford it. But if they want something and say, well, how can I afford it? They have a different perspective and they're willing to think outside the box and finding ways to get whatever it is or achieve whatever it is they're trying to achieve. So you have to change the way you look at things. And then you got to, don't underestimate the power of the basics. You got to know something. You don't have to have a doctorate degree or PhD, but you got to have some basic, knowledge of, money principles. So that's where you start.
And if you could, let's talk a little bit more about the difference between financial literacy and healing. Like what type of healing or what recovery are we getting from this healing? And I just love this series because you have a whole series on this financial cure. So somewhere there's some pain. So how do we get healed and come up out of the pain when it comes to money? Because it's true, we don't talk about it in school. You don't even balance a checkbook in school. People are like 18 years old, don't even have a checking account. What are some, first steps to getting healed?
Well, first you have to diagnose your financial health. I ask my clients, are you suffering from anorexic income? Do you have overweight expenses, obese debt, and tax liabilities?
Yes.
Do you have anemic retirement funds? Is your investment fund hemorrhaging? And then are you crippled from inaction? So those are the kind of things that you have to think about and the mindset you have to have in order to really take a look at where you are.
Wow. Dr. Wendy, you are the financial healer, and I'm so excited people are here and able to learn about you. How can they find you and get into your series and just keep in touch?
Well, they can go to thefinancialcures.com. That's my website, and they can enroll in my course, Optimize Your Financial Health. They can buy my best-selling #1 new release book, and they'll find out more information I'm about to launch a global streaming TV show, Financial Cures with Dr. Wendy. So that should be launching in the fall. So they can find all that information on my website.
You're amazing.
Congratulations,
Dr.
Thank
Wendy.
you. Thank you, guys. And one thing I do want to mention, you asked me how did I get the financial healer title. I'm a breast cancer conqueror.
Amen.
And because I had the proper protection, not only were my $1.1 million chemo bills paid and my $330,000 surgical bills paid, but I got multiple six-figure tax-free shot in the arm, financially, that allowed me to focus on my recovery and not on, the disease, and not on money, really. I focused on my recovery. I had to focus on disease, but it ended up, that's how the whole financial cures came into play. Because,
Mhm.
once I
Sure.
found that, I was like, okay, I found the financial cure. So that's
Wow.
how that whole thing came into play. But that's part of my series, and you can learn about the proper protection, because if you don't have it, you can be ruined financially, from one illness or injury. So
Amen.
people
That
need to
is
be aware
so
of that.
good.
Mhm.
Wow.
Wow. Dr. Wendy, thank you so much.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
good, you guys.
Thank
So
you.
good.
Well, we are enjoying our Saturday and chatting with these amazing women. We have more, so do not turn your channel. We'll be right back after the break.